I'd like to go back to Dr. Eisenhardt's role, because you as trustees in that 1959, 60, 61, in those early days, once you got the president, did the trustees pick the faculty then, or was this the president's role?
Well, it's the president's role to pick the faculty, but he wanted support from the trustees, so I sat in with several interviews originally, and some of the other trustees did too, to help him pick faculty.
Yeah, just to give that kind of another view of who these persons were. Do you remember any of those stories that were part of that picking? See, I'm part of the faculty, so I'm curious about this.
No, I know we were looking for teachers, good teachers, and whenever we found teachers like Florida James, she was doing promised to be a good teacher, and I remember sitting in with an interview for her.
And the quality was uppermost in your minds as you looked at individuals like Professor James.
Yeah, well, the teachers are the foundation of the college, and so you get to have teachers, and Eisenhardt was good at doing that.
He had a good eye for that.
Yeah.
The college has gone through a variety of growth stages along the way, and I sense from your conversation earlier that there were some tensions as you tried to get the land, right? I mean, Washington, or was it going to be Warren County, or where was this going to happen? But you come into other things that are going along as the college develops, and there had to be some other kinds of issues that developed where, you know, trustees had to struggle through to help give guidance to the college. What kinds of things would happen like that?
I think we ran fairly smoothly with two counties working together. We were the first community college to be supported by two counties.
Yeah.
And they told us in Albany that well, they didn't think it would work out. But Washington County and the Warren County supervisors were both insistent that it could be worked out. Incidentally, I talked with the supervisors of, or a couple of the supervisors of Saratoga County when we were organizing, to ask them if they were interested in joining a three-way. And they said that so long as students could come to the college, they didn't think so. So that left it for two counties to support it, which was agreeable to the state.
To the state. So two supported. Saratoga has been on the outside, but we get a number of students from that Saratoga County.
Right.
Yeah.
About a third of our students.
About a third.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what do you think have been the high points of the development of the college?
You have to talk to individuals who have gone through the college, gone to school here, and now working in the community as community industrial people. And if you talk to any one of them, you'll find out what the college contributed to theirs. That's the measure of what the college is doing.
You're firmly committed to the student and the story that the student tells.
Oh, yes.
Because they're the ones that let us know how valuable the college has been.
Well, that is the product of the college. If we don't put out a product, then the college is not doing its job.
I really feel like what you have said is these students that come back into the community after their graduation and make that continued commitment, continued gift to the school or to the community at large. We have a lot of students who also sort of move on They're out in another part of the world, or they go to a college, transfer to Boston or
No.
someplace else.
Well, they need additional years of college for many professions. And so that's just a part of the setup of community college operations.
Yeah.
It's part of the standard.
But so the fact that our college can offer a higher standard for local jobs and contribution is very significant, but that same standard is one that will provide them work and further study far beyond our local community too.
Oh, it's the same standard applies.
Same
to,
standard,
Yeah.
and it's a high one.
Yeah.
What's your advice to the leaders of today's college?
Provide education which the student needs.
Provide it.
Yeah.
And that means keeping up with the standards of your own profession. Huh?
And with society or civilization as it comes along, the college has to be kept up to date with that.
And you probably have some word that you'd like to share with today's students too, no? What would you tell a student when you meet him or her out on the campus as your word of advice?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm too old to get advice to the youngsters of today.
Well,
my background of need for education is quite different from what the students have now.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I grew up on a farm, and we learned by doing. Nowadays, all students have education available to them for anywhere they want to go, for anything they want to do.
Well, your education that began on a farm, that farm was not in Washington County. Where was your farm?
My farm was in Nebraska. I grew up on a farm in central Nebraska.
And my experience of at least knowing some people like my mother growing up on the farm in Illinois is that farm life, there's some pretty heavy kind of responsibility there and hard work.
It was hard work, but the responsibility is learning to live with farm animals and farm life. See, we didn't have electricity or didn't have telephones.
Right.
All that help in operating farms as they do now with computers. It's always quite different.
So, so you did some. That's Cornhusker country. You must have done some corn husking.
Well, I did corn husking the fall before I went to college. And incidentally, I got 100 bushel a day, which was quite an accomplishment that
100
time.
100 bushels? Wait a minute. You mean there's this big field of corn and you picked all that and husked it?
You pick 100 bushel, that's 3 wagon loads.
Yeah.
So you go out and before daylight with a lantern and start working in the field, throwing corn in the wagon.
Yeah.
And get the wagon full and go in to empty it about 11 o'clock. And you go out and fill it up again, or you go in for lunch ordinarily. But then you unload in the middle of the afternoon, then you go back out and work until after dark with lantern light again.
Merritt, you know, you helped me have a new light of understanding, not just of you, but of a number of students that are part of the college today, because a lot of students have other jobs that they're trying to balance with the education that they're getting here. And so I'm sort of wondering, do you want to tell those students, keep it up?
Well, they will.
They will.
Yeah, if they're ambitious to get things done, they'll keep it going.
Yeah. Well, hey, I want to thank you very much for time together and being able to go over a number of things and see what we've done. So thank you.
It's a pleasure to have a connection with the college here and see it moving along.
And I think that college is going to go on and on.
It will. It will, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
At the outset, the Action Committee had little guarantee its efforts would lead to a community college. It's not quite as easy as, if you build it, they will come. Those were exciting times 40 years ago. As one of the first enrolled students, I well remember that opening day. Now today, it's hard to imagine our community without ACC. Thousands of students, each with their own dreams and goals, have passed through our halls as part of this wonderful story. As we celebrate 40 years of history and learning opportunities afforded us through the remarkable foresight and dedication of our founders, let's us look forward to an even brighter future. If the first 40 years are any measure, Adirondack Community College will continue to shine as a beacon of higher education for all of us.